Even now, humanity is rehearsing for Mars. In the barren deserts of Utah, scientists live for months in sealed domes, simulating Martian isolation. On the volcanic slopes of Hawaii, crews endure long stretches without fresh air, sunlight, or freedom. NASA's Chapia mission locks volunteers inside a 3D printed habitat for an entire year, testing teamwork, endurance, and sanity. Meanwhile, robots are already there. The Perseverance rover drills into ancient rocks, searching for life. And Ingenuity, a tiny helicopter, became the first machine to fly on another planet. Each step brings us closer. But what these experiments revealed most isn't about machines or habitats, it is about people. The psychological strain, the silence, the crushing loneliness. Mars, it turns out, isn't just a physical frontier. It's an emotional one, and that may be the hardest challenge humanity will ever face. Imagine this. You wake up to a red light filtering through thin dust. No wind, no sound, no life. Outside, an endless horizon of rust and rock, and above it, a sky that has never known blue. You are one of a few hundred souls on a world 200 million kilometers away from everything familiar. Psychologists call this planetary isolation. It's more than loneliness. It's a kind of existential vertigo, a feeling of standing at the edge of eternity. The human mind was not designed for such emptiness. Communication delays, distance, silence, they erode the spirit. And yet, in that silence, something stirs. For some, Mars becomes a monastery of the soul, a place to rediscover what it means simply to be human. To live without noise, without chaos. To remember that sometimes emptiness can teach us everything. Colonizing Mars isn't just a scientific dream. It's a colossal economic gamble. Billions of dollars. Decades of research. A race. Not between nations, but corporations. SpaceX, Blue Origin, NASA, China's CNSA, each chasing the same vision with different motives. Some seek survival, others glory, others still profit. History shows that when money meets exploration, idealism often burns away. Will Mars become humanity? Is a shared OPE, or our most expensive real estate? When the first flag is planted, will it represent all humankind, or the highest bidder? Beneath the rhetoric of unity lies the cold machinery of capitalism. The future of Mars might not be determined by science or courage, but by economics and ethics. And those two forces, when unbalanced, have a habit of turning frontiers into empires. And yet, despite it all, the dream persists. In labs and classrooms across the world, people are quietly building the foundations of tomorrow. Engineers 3D print habitats from simulated Martian soil. Students design algae farms to generate oxygen and food. AI systems model Martian weather, predicting radiation levels and dust storms. It's as if a silent orchestra of minds is working together toward one melody: survival beyond Earth. Because deep down, we are creatures of impossible hope. We look at lifelessness and whisper, let's live there. Mars may never be a paradise. But maybe paradise isn't the point. Maybe it's the act of trying, of reaching, of becoming, that makes us human. Progress has always begun with one impossible question, and Mars is humanity's next great question. Before we rush to the stars, we must pause and look back. What are we leaving behind? Because in our obsession with escape, we risk forgetting the miracle of the world that raised us, the forests that breathe for us, the oceans that cradle us, the gravity that grounds us. Mars will not erase who we are. It will magnify it, every flaw, every virtue, carried across the void. If we cannot fix the world we have, what gives us the right to build another? Maybe the true mission isn't about leaving Earth, but learning to deserve it. Because if we cannot love the world that gave us life, how can we ever build a new one worth living in? The journey to Mars begins not with rockets, but with redemption. One day, children will be born beneath a salmon-colored sky, their first breath, not of Earth's air, but of a world once thought uninhabitable. Their bones lighter, hearts stronger, eyes adjusted to the dim glow of a distant blue star. They'll read about us, the ancestors who dared to cross the void, and they'll wonder what it felt like to look up and see two worlds in the same sky. Maybe, from their red horizon, they'll gaze toward Earth, not as exiles, but as children remembering their mother. They'll grow up calling Mars home, and perhaps they'll be better than us, not because of where they live, but because they'll remember what we forgot. That home isn't a place, it's a connection. A shared story written across 2 planets and 1 species. So, what does colonizing Mars really mean? Is it survival or evolution? Escape or enlightenment? Perhaps it's all of it. Perhaps this is humanity doing what it has always done, reaching beyond fear, testing the boundaries of its own courage. But if we're wise, we'll remember. Exploration without empathy becomes conquest. Progress without humility becomes destruction. Even among the stars, we remain fragile, haunted by the same dreams, the same flaws, the same longing for meaning. Mars won't save us from ourselves. Only we can do that. But maybe, just maybe, Mars will teach us what we are meant to be, not conquerors of nature, but caretakers of possibility. And perhaps, in the quiet hum of another world, we'll finally hear the echo of our own becoming. One day, a human will stand on Mars, their shadow stretching long across crimson sands. They'll look up, and hanging in the blackness will be a tiny blue dot Earth. Everything we bathe, every memory, every song, every story, glowing faintly in the distance. And in that moment, they'll understand what it means to be alive, to be part of something vast and fragile. Colonizing Mars was never about escaping death. It was about honoring life, about proving that even in the coldest corners of the cosmos, life finds a way to rise, to dream, to build, to love. Maybe that's all the universe ever asked of us, not to rule the stars, but to remember how to keep reaching for them together.